going on, everybody? Welcome back to Cocktails in the War Room. Welcome to episode 296. I am your host, Mistress Carrie. For anybody that is new to the War Room on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, or on my YouTube channel, welcome to the War Room. This is an actual room in the house where all of my military memorabilia from my trips overseas is, my family's military memorabilia from generations of service, and where the bar is, which is why we started hanging out here on March 14th of 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic. And now we are 296 episodes in. So we're going to say hi to Sherry on Facebook. Bish and Alexis are here. Carrie, someone gave me something to give you, says Conan. All right, I am intrigued on Instagram. Donna and Jessica on Facebook. Hello, Lisa and Eric. Dina says hello. Sorry, I'm wrestling the dogs over here. So for anybody that's new to the War Room, welcome. The War Room family, as they dub themselves, would love to welcome you properly. So if you are new, hit us up in the comments. Let us know that it's your first time, and also let us know where you're watching from so that we can say hello to you properly. And if you're new, you might not know my co-hosts. Sorry, I don't know why the camera is so wiggly right now. Wednesday, who has been my longtime co-host here on Cocktails in the War Room, and the newest member of the family, Friday, who is back there hitting the bottle pretty hard. What are you doing over there? Huh? So say hello, girls. Friday's the newest member. We got her the first week of October. She is about 5.5 months old now. I took them to the vet the other day. Friday needed her rabies vaccination so I could get her a dog license. And check this out. So a couple of weeks before I got Wednesday, a couple of weeks before I got Friday, I took Wednesday to the vet for her annual checkup, and we weighed her, and she was 18.2 pounds, I think, something like that. And so then a couple weeks later, I got Friday, and we took both dogs to the vet, and Friday weighed an even 11 pounds, and Wednesday had lost 0.3 of a pound because of all the extra running around with the puppy. So I took them back to the vet at the end of last week. Friday has gained 2.2 pounds in a month. So Friday is now 13.2 pounds. And Wednesday is actually now 16.8 pounds. That's how much weight Wednesday has lost because of all of the extra exercise that you see here. So let me move the camera so you can get a little more of their fighting over there. So Wednesday's slimming down a little bit, and pretty much the 2 pounds that Wednesday lost, Friday found. So I was a little afraid that the extra bathroom breaks and the extra cookies were going to make Wednesday gain a little bit of weight, but she absolutely did not gain any weight. She actually lost a couple of pounds. So they're about 5 pounds apart now. And Friday is now vaccinated, which means I can get her dog license, which I'm going to go and do this week. And then the next thing is just waiting until she's at least 6 months old so I can get her fixed. And then she's good to go. But otherwise, really, really healthy. She does limp on her front right leg when she runs around a lot and when she's tired. So I asked them to check that out, and they think that she is getting bone growth pains. So they're keeping an eye on it to make sure that, you know, she didn't have some kind of soft tissue damage from roughhousing with Wednesday or just running around or sleeping weird on it or whatever. But come here, over here. Guys, why are you knocking all the toys on the floor? Huh? Do you want this? Do you want this? Hello. Yes, I'm talking about you. We're talking about how big you are and how your little leg gets sore sometimes. So they didn't think that she had a fracture or anything. She wasn't whimpering. It doesn't look like it bothers her at all, except that she limps on it every now and again, and she kind of sits weird. So they're keeping an eye on it. But otherwise, they're really, really happy with how she's growing. She's super healthy, and the two of them, as you can see, are getting along just fine. So what's up, Keith? Jessica says, I hope it's not all the cookies. What's up, Denise? So far it's been really good. I remember I was telling you guys before I got Friday that I was a little bit nervous that they wouldn't get along. I was a little bit nervous that Wednesday would be jealous because she was the only dog in the house for a bit. But as you guys can see, all is well. They're fine. They snuggle up when they sleep. They snuggle in the bed together in MCHQ when I work late. And they play with toys all the time together. Like, they're just, everything is so good. Bish says, I am down another 7 pounds this past week. That is unbelievable. What's up, Travis? Denise says they spay earlier than 6 months. Yeah, I mean, she's like 5.5 months already. So it's like, I actually was kind of hoping that we were going to do it after the holidays just because I didn't want to have her laid up. And it just gets so busy around the holidays that I didn't want to have to leave the house for any extended period of time. And so I think I think we're going to wait until after the holidays and then do it. So get her microchipped, the whole bit. But everything is good as far as the dogs go. You guys asking about my mom. Mom is a little under the weather right now, unfortunately. I got the call last week that she tested positive for COVID again, which really, really sucks. If you have, gone through everything with me here in the War Room since this all started, you know that we had found out that my mom had been diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's and dementia, but that she was really highly functional. And then during the pandemic, obviously, she got COVID, got really, really sick, had a really high fever. And my mom lost like 75% of her cognitive ability in 1 week after she got that really high fever from COVID. So, her getting COVID again is just not something that we've been doing everything we can to try and keep it from happening because obviously, they're still doing research and you can have your feelings about COVID or whatever, but the way that it affects a dementia and Alzheimer's brain is something that they have seen with pretty detrimental side effects. And, it kind of hits everybody different, but COVID really hit my mom hard. And we just never got her back mentally. And so she's doing okay. It just makes it harder to go and see her. She's quarantined. Obviously, we saw during the pandemic that COVID outbreaks in assisted living, nursing homes, long-term care facilities, it just can be so terrible because so many of them are immunocompromised already. And so it just was not something that we wanted to have happen, obviously. So she's doing okay. As always, I thank you guys for asking about her. It means a lot that you guys are always keeping her top of mind. Hi, Auntie Joan. But it just has been, kind of sucky that she got sick again. So, and obviously with the holidays, we want to be able to spend as much time with her as we can. And so, just every day is a different struggle, I guess. Shane says, hey, I'm late again. No worries, Shane. Alzheimer's and dementia are awful diseases, says Jessica. I know. And you guys have been so wonderful, not only supporting me and my family, but also sharing your family struggles too, which really does help, which is why I talk to you guys about what we've gone through with my family, because the statistics and the way that they are, it's near impossible that just with the stats that you're not going to be touched by it in some way, shape, or form in your life. The odds are just against that. Hey, do you want to eat some toys? Do you have to eat all of the pillows on the couch? Your sister has taught you very bad habits. You're not supposed to knock the pillows off the couch. You're supposed to just eat your toys. So can you just do that? Huh? Can you just do that? Yeah. She is the most Velcro pug I have ever had. She cannot be more than like 5 feet away from me at any given time. The other night I was laying on the couch and she just jumped on the couch, crawled over me and laid across my neck and just laid there. Just laid across my neck, was totally fine, snoring while I'm trying to watch TV, laying across my neck like a big hairy turtleneck. Are you being good? Can I hold you so everyone can see your cute face? You want to say hi to everyone? Can you say hello? Yeah? Are you my sweet girl? Are you my sweet girl? Oh, yes, you are. You're my sweet girl. So any concerns I had about her not fitting into the house, that was stupid. Melissa says, good to hear Mom is doing better. Thank you. Carol says, MC, we need to have a 5-year get-together in March. I know. It's like episode 300 is around the corner. The 5-year anniversary is happening in March. It's just crazy. Like, the more I think about how long, because every time I leave the house, every time I go to a show, last week I was at Theory of a Dead Man, the Unplugged tour. That's why we didn't have the show last week. I always am bumping into someone that's like, I miss AAF so much, as do I, obviously. And when we start talking about how long it's been, my brain starts to fry in my skull because it doesn't make sense that it's been 4.5 years. It doesn't make sense that it's been that long that we've been getting together here in the War Room. Like, it just doesn't seem possible that that much time has gone by. But when you sit down and think about everything that's happened, then you're like, yeah, okay, it's been 4.5 years. Penny said, my aunt is showing major signs of dementia. She was in the hospital for a week. They section 12'd her. She should not have been there. This illness can be so misunderstood, sadly. Yeah, and it's one of those things where, especially in the early stages, the sundowning is real, where the person can seem totally fine during the day, and then at night, they're just different. And it affects everybody differently. Sometimes people are violent, sometimes they're not. And, it's not a surprise that, there have been so many people that have been misdiagnosed or, whatever, just because, you guys have to throw all of the toys on the floor? Huh? I put like 15 toys. Everybody always wants to know why I put so many toys on the couch. It's so that you guys can't possibly put them all on the floor. And then tonight you somehow found a way. Hold on. You want this one Friday? You want that one Wednesday? And then somehow you guys find a way to put all of the toys on the floor anyway. And I always find toys like stuffed under this couch too. That stuff falls off the couch and then they kick it under the couch. And yeah. Brett Feldman said the grunge brunch ruled. So let's talk about the grunge brunch because it was awesome. So first of all, I want to thank the guys in Rotten Apple who were spectacular playing acoustic Alice in Chains at City Winery in Boston this past Saturday. It was the inaugural Mistress Carrie Grunge Brunch. We had a couple hiccups. Not enough wait staff. People were waiting a long time to get the food. When they got the food, it was delicious. The charcuterie was worth the wait. The sliders were so good. So the food was great. They had this amazing like French toast, like appetizer with all these different dips and stuff. So the food was great. The drinks were great. I think that they underestimated how hungry and thirsty we were going to be. So we had a little bit of a meeting afterwards just to, just kind of debrief a little bit. And so I was assured that the next grunge brunch that we have, these issues will be fixed. And I bring it up because we are trying to turn this into something that we do from time to time to give people an excuse to get together. It's $20 to get in. And then whatever it is that you order off the menu, if you don't drink, you're not paying, like an open bar fee. You pay for what you drink. You pay for what you eat. You don't have to eat if you don't want to. But we want to have it be an excuse for people to get together either on a Saturday or a Sunday. The Saturday worked out great. The doors opened at 11. People went in. They ordered some food. The band started playing at 12. The band finished around 1:30. People hung around until like 2 o'clock. And it was great. The reviews on the band were spectacular. City Winery Boston is literally between the TD Garden and the North End. So there's plenty of places to go and walk around. You do have to check to make sure there isn't a Bruins game at the Garden, because that can make parking a little squirrely, which it did this past weekend. So the inaugural Grunge Brunch featured the guys from Rotten Apple playing Alice in Chains. We have now scheduled the second Mistress Carrie Grunge Brunch, which is going to feature the guys from Five Against None, who are a Pearl Jam tribute. And it's going to happen on Saturday, December 28th from 11 to 2. And at first I was a little bit worried that we were going to schedule this, in between holidays. And they were like, look, that's the time that people are looking to get away from their families. That's the time where they just want to kind of take a break from all of the pressures of the holiday, and they're looking for a place to go. So our hope is that if we can sell out Saturday, that maybe we could have another one on Sunday, but this one has got to sell out first. So if you go to the events calendar at mistresscarrie.com, tickets are on sale now for the second Mistress Carrie Grunge Brunch with Five Against None, the Pearl Jam tribute at City Winery Boston. I want to thank everybody that came to the Alice in Chains tribute Rotten Apple this weekend. The guys at City Winery are like, we can't wait to have those guys back. So we're hoping to turn this into something that we can do fairly often. And we're starting to look for bands right now so that we can kind of get these into a rotation and maybe do this every 6 to 8 weeks with a different band. And, if we can find a Nirvana tribute, if we can find a Soundgarden tribute, if we could find like a tribute that kind of does a little bit of everything, a Stone Temple Pilots tribute, and then we can really start rotating these through and make Grunge Brunch something that just kind of, gets put on a schedule and is something that we do to get together. And, Brett gave me the anise liquor he brought back from the Azores, and I meant to bring it in here and I freaking forgot, and it's in the kitchen on the counter. I will bring it in next week because I want you guys to see what he brought me. So anyway, if you don't have your tickets yet, please get them, as you learned with the Rotten Apple one. It's not the biggest room, super great room though, really vibey. We're hoping to be able to grow this to get to the point where we could go into the bigger room at City Winery. If you've never been to City Winery, there's the restaurant part, there's different function rooms. So there really are a lot of options for us to grow the Grunge Brunch. And so as long as the music's good, as long as the food is good, and as long as the booze is good, then we're going to turn this into something really, really cool. So get these tickets early. If this one sells out, we're hoping to make another one on Sunday. But if not, just get your tickets early, because there were a lot of people that were trying to get into Rotten Apple over the weekend. And there's just, Brett was there. He'll tell you, like, the room, there was not a lot of space. There's no way to expand and just throw in a couple extra tables. It's very intimate and vibey, and there's all these string lights. There's a bunch of pictures up on the Facebook page, but I'm really excited about it. The guys from Five Against None have played there before. Really excited that they wanted to be part of the Grunge Brunch. So Shane says, call Spencer Charnas to do an acoustic set. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. So, the whole idea is to create this mechanism that we could, if there was a band in town that weekend that wanted to come by and do something, or, but just to do something different. And what I heard from so many people that were there was, this is great. I didn't have to get up super early. The doors were at 11. The music was great. The food was really good. It's all ages. So if you wanted to bring the kids, that is allowed, because it's not just a bar, it's a restaurant. So the kids are allowed in there. If you have teenagers that wanted to come, or grandkids, or whoever, take them out for brunch, listen to some cool music. But also that by 2 o'clock, everybody was leaving and could still go about their day. And there were a lot of people that were happy that we did it on a Saturday versus a Sunday, which at first I was wondering if people would eat brunch on Saturday because it's such a Sunday thing. But the reviews were great. So again, if you were there on Saturday, thank you. Get your tickets for the Grunge Brunch #2 with Five Against None. It's December 28th. Doors open at 11. Music starts at noon. What is going on over here, you two? Friday, what are you doing? Are you teasing your sister or is she teasing you? What's going on? Huh? Is she on the floor right now teasing you? What's she doing? Can we finish the show? What are you doing? Do you guys want to just hang out while we talk about some music and stuff? Do you guys want to hang out? There's a lot of concerts that got announced in the last 2 weeks that we have to talk about. Oh, don't bite my fingers. You have little razor blades in your mouth. All right, so for anybody that's new to the War Room that's wondering where the hell can I listen to Mistress Carrie on the radio, allow me to give you some suggestions. Charleston's Best Rock, 98 Rock in Charleston, South Carolina. You can hear me from 10 to 3 every weekday afternoon. You can download the free 98 Rock app and listen that way. You can also go to my98rock.com and listen that way. And coming up, we have got one of these Lizzie and Joe from Hailstorm Living Room Sessions that is happening in Charleston, which is going to be an absolute blast. So if you're in the Charleston area, this is going to be awesome. So go to my98rock.com for all of the details. You can also hear me every weekday afternoon from 3 to 7 on 100 FM The Pike. You can listen at pikefm.com, and you can also download the free Pike app. All this week, be listening for text code words to qualify for a grand prize trip to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra in the city of your choice, hotel, airfare, and a $1,000 gift card to get a jump start on your holiday shopping. So you can listen on the Pike, and you can also listen on 106.3 The Bone. Go to 1063thebone.com. That is in Portland, Maine, every weekday from 3 to 7. And coming up on December 11th, Deck the Halls with Daughtry. That's going to be at the State Theater with Devour the Day and Sleep Theory. Those tickets are on sale now, and I am giving them away on the show every day this week. So be listening for your chance to win. All right, we were not here last week, so let's talk about last week's podcast episode. Episode 232 featured Lee Jennings from The Funeral Portrait, who is the band that collaborated on the song Suffocate City with Spencer Charnas from Ice Nine Kills. That is the song that unseated the guys from Linkin Park after 6 weeks at #1 with The Emptiness Machine. It was The Funeral Portrait's first #1 song on the radio. It was the first song they ever released to radio, and it went to #1, which is huge. And so I had a chance to talk to Lee Jennings last Monday as soon as he found out that they had gone #1. So we talked about the collaboration with Spencer Charnas. We talked about his thoughts on the rebirth of Linkin Park. We talked about the influence of Evanescence on his inspiration in becoming a musician. We talked about a lot of stuff, and Lee was just really... Hold on. There are zoomies happening. This is Hey! Almost every pillow is kicked off the couch. Are you guys almost done? Hey! We're talking about the podcast. Are you guys almost done? Over here. Come on, over here. Sit. 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 Can you sit down for me? Can you sit? Sit. Friday, do you want to show them what you can do? No. Sit down. Sit nicely. Can I have your paw? No, not your paw. Yes, Wednesday. That's yours. Friday, sit. Sit. Can I have your paw? Give me your paw. You know how to do it. Paw. Give me the other paw. Oh, come on. You know how to do it. Paw. Give me this one. She knows how to do it. She's got stage fright. Good girls. Wednesday showed her how to give paw, right? She still hasn't figured out how to lay down yet, but she's learning. Jessica says, oh my God, I love Lizzie Hale. Ryan says, what's up, everybody? Jessica, we'll get to Jelly Roll in a minute. What's up, Jerry? Brett says, I loved that song since the first time you played it, talking about Suffocate City. Yeah, the guys from the Funeral Portrait are super cool. Lee Jennings, he's just this big, giant guy. He's 6'4". We talked about how everybody in school wanted him to play football, and all he wanted to do was be in the High School Musical and become a musician. So we talked a lot about the concerts that his mom used to take him to as a kid and kind of how the band got put together. And so he was just really, really cool. I was really excited to be able to get to talk to him the day they found out they had their first #1 song, which I remember what that was like for so many bands that were coming up. I mean, the guys from Shinedown, I think, have 23 or 24 now. But I remember when their first song went #1 and just what a huge accomplishment that is. And Lee was also talking about how it just wouldn't have been possible without Spencer Charnas' support, and just how unbelievable he has been with trying to help launch this band, getting them involved with the Silver Scream Con. And so it was just awesome having him on the show. So Lee Jennings from the Funeral Portrait, episode 232 of the Mistress Carrie podcast. That was last week. This week, episode 233, we have had Jacoby from Papa Roach on the show a couple of times before, but Jerry Horton is another founding member of the band. He's the guitar player in Papa Roach. And with all of the plans, Papa Roach announcing the Rise of the Roach tour with Rise Against and Under Oath that we'll talk about, that's coming to the Xfinity Center, and just all of the 25th anniversary plans that are happening with Papa Roach. Having Jerry on the show, I was like, yes, absolutely. And Jerry is just hilarious. He was off the road, at home. We talked about his guitar collection. We talked about a lot of the early days. And we talked about the Warp Tour, which was like their first tour when Infest first came out and when Last Resort first got released as a single on the radio, and how the Warp Tour changed as Last Resort got more and more popular. And it was like the guys in Papa Roach got shot out of a cannon, because within like 4 weeks, it was the biggest rock song on the radio back then. And so we talk about that. We talk about some of the early days of Papa Roach, some of the crazy places Jerry has bumped into the band's music. I tried really, really hard to get info out of him about the new album. Hey, don't you dare. Come over here. Come on. I tried to get inside information about the upcoming new album. They're being kind of tight-lipped about it, but I can tell you that most likely we're going to get the new single in January, and they have a lot of plans. So there's a lot going on with Papa Roach. They're going to Europe in the new year with Wage War, and then obviously this massive tour that they just announced with Rise Against. And we talked about, you know, the era of nu metal and how it hit, and there were so many detractors and people saying that it was a flash in the pan kind of music, that it wasn't going to stick around. And now, you know, look at, oh, she's eating my hair. And now look at, you know, Linkin Park is back, and they're going to be celebrating their 25th anniversary next year. Disturbed has got their 25th anniversary tour next year. So there's just so much going on with so many of these bands. Korn just celebrated their 30th anniversary this year. So Jessica says, just listen to the pug snoring. Yeah, get a pug puppy, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Yes, exactly. Sherry says, last Monday, I lost my uncle to stage 4 lung cancer. He was just 56 years old. Sherry, I'm so sorry. It's something that we have, you know, heard so many times before here in the War Room is, you know, we're here to celebrate all of the amazing stuff that's happened and to support each other through amazing times in each other's lives. But also 56 years old is way too early to lose an uncle. And I bet he was a total badass, because I bet, you know, music was something that you guys did together. And so I'm really, really sorry. Donna says, I really enjoyed that interview with Lee Jennings. That is fantastic. Let me see. Eric says, sorry, the power keeps flickering here in Chicago. It's good food in Chicago, man. I'm not talking about the pizza. There's just really good food in Chicago. So we talked a lot about like the nu metal era and about his inspiration. There's a really funny story that I am not going to tell you now about Kirk Hammett from Metallica, but you'll hear the story and it's like, so that's kind of funny. Let me see. Shane says, My Chemical Romance at Fenway. Yes, we got to get to all of the concerts because a bunch of stuff got announced over the last couple of weeks since we've been together here in the War Room. So episode 233 featuring Jerry Horton from Papa Roach goes live at midnight tonight. If you subscribe to the podcast, you get the full-length episodes every Wednesday, the sit rep Monday through Friday with all of the concert announcements, the album releases, just all of the entertainment stuff, whether it be streaming movies or, music tours, reissues, whatever it is, you get it in the sit rep Monday through Friday. It uploads really, really early in the morning so you can wake up and get caught up with everything that happened while you were sleeping and then go about your day. All of the places that you can find the Mistress Carrie podcast, all of the big apps, obviously. You can find all of the audio on YouTube. You can listen straight off of YouTube, or you can just go to mistresscarrie.com, find the episode you want to listen to, and just click play if you are not a podcast app user. We are still holding strong at 149 countries and counting. So waiting to get to 150. I'm hoping we can get there before the end of the year. That would be great to kind of finish up the year with 150 countries for the podcast, but it's been at 149 countries for a while. So, all right, hold on. I didn't pour my ginger beer in here. Keeping the pugs, or not the pugs, Friday away from drinks. She tried to drink my Red Bull the other day, which would have been catastrophic. Okay, if you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday. You're sharing it today with Justin Chancellor from Tool, who you'll remember on the podcast talked about how his wife bought him a suit of armor at a truck stop and he wore it for his birthday party. So happy birthday to Justin Chancellor and former Guns N' Roses drummer Matt Sorum, both born on November 19th. So happy birthday. Happy unbirthday, Keith. Ryan says, Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago. Jerry says, sometimes I just need to walk away from the toxic relationship. You're not talking about us, are you, Jerry? We're not the toxic relationship. Jessica says, I love me some Papa Roach. Stuffed pizza is the shit, says Tracy. The thing I don't love about the stuffed pizza is that when you go to these restaurants in Chicago and order that pizza, it takes almost an hour for it to come to the table. And so what happens is you order this pizza and then you're so hungry you start ordering appetizers. And then by the time this giant 50-pound pizza shows up at your table, you're not hungry anymore. But it is really good. Melissa says, found out 3/4 of the house needs to be gutted. So in case you guys missed it, Melissa was talking a couple weeks ago that her Halloween decorations caught the house on fire. Now, I am so thankful that you guys are okay. The pictures are just crazy. I'm also glad that it's not the skeleton Mistress Carrie that set your house on fire, because I really would have felt like shit. But the fact that you guys all got out okay, the fact that you guys have a place to be, now you're finding out exactly how much work needs to be done on the house, sucks, especially around the holidays. And I'm so sorry. Trying to find a bright side for you. Now you can fix the house the way you want it, which you guys know that my cousin was living with me through the holidays and everything last year because they didn't have a fire, but they had a real mold problem from a leaking pipe in their house. And the thing that helped them through was being able to repair the house the way that they wanted. That it was a really stressful time dealing with the insurance company, all of that. But if I can give you any solace in it, it's that they are in the house. They are so happy because the house is the way that they want it now. So try not to get too sucked into the day-to-day sadness of something as upsetting and stressful as your house catching on fire and, know that your house is going to be beautiful and it's going to be the exact way that you want it when you get it back. So that's all I can hope for you. So Donna says, "Oh my God, how did I miss that?" Yeah, there were so many comments. It was election nights. There was just so much going on, and then we didn't have the War Room last week. So yeah, just Melissa says, "That is my shining beacon in this dismal tunnel that we're in right now." Yeah, is that it is going to get fixed, and that you are going to be able to fix it and make it the way that you want it. So you're going to have to go through hell to get there. But once you get there, I can tell you from my cousin's experience that when they were able to move back into the house was the way that they wanted it. And they were so happy about that. So we're all just so glad that you're okay. All right. So let's talk about some of the headlines that are happening because there is a lot going on. So the Linkin Park album came out last Friday, From Zero. Last Friday night, they played in Sao Paulo, Brazil to like 43,000 people, and they live streamed around the world the first 6 songs. Well, they recorded the entire concert for what is going to be a live concert film that's going to be shown on movie screens around the world coming in 2025. So that's happening with Linkin Park. Linkin Park also announced the From Zero World Tour, and that is going to, can you guys, are you okay? Come here. And that's going to bring Linkin Park to the TD Garden in Boston on August 1st, which we will talk about coming up. Are you okay? Don't bite the microphone. Oh my goodness. Do you want me to turn the pug cam back on? What are you guys doing? Can you just sit down and be good? Can you sit and be good? Here, back up so everybody can see your sweet little pug face. Yes, I know. You're a psychopath. It's okay. You have puppy energy. It's not your fault. I know. Can you sit? Sit down. Good girls. Sit down. Sit. Good girl. Nope. Sit. 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 Good girl, Wednesday. Can you guys just snuggle and take a nap like you normally do? Or are you just going to be psychopaths all night? Huh? You show everybody your little ham slice of a tongue? Show them. Good girl. Good girl. Yes, I know. I know. You can't help it. You're just a crazy dog. You're just a crazy dog. Let's see. Oh, Auntie Ange is joining us. Auntie Ange has been a little under the weather. She's finally feeling better. Auntie Ange, I made a big batch of chicken soup over the weekend. So if you need chicken soup, you got to swing by the house. I have chicken soup for you. Sitting requires treats, says Donna. I know. Eric says the dogs are going nuts. They just saw Wednesday and just got an English cream lab. Her name is Edna. Oh my God, that is the cutest name. From The Incredibles. That is so adorable. Yes, the pugs are. Wednesday is so patient with her, and then every once in a while she just bitch slaps her and puts her in her place. It's hilarious. Okay, are you guys done? Can you be done for a bit? We have a lot to talk about. So, Linkin Park, the tour coming to the TD Garden. I'll give you guys the ticket info in a minute. And also Jelly Roll and Post Malone made a massive announcement today. They are doing a huge stadium tour next summer, and I have the ticket info on that too. Tracy says, wild pugs. Yes, I know. I can see Wednesday showing Friday what to do, says Marcy. Penny says, hi, Auntie Ange. Hope you feel better. Sorry you're not feeling well, Auntie Ange. Hey, Carrie, the Veterans Day 5K I ran raised $100,000 for the homeless and disabled veterans. Bish, that's amazing. That is so awesome. My running days are over, but I am envious of yours. All right, so More and more shows are getting announced all of the time. 2025 is going to be a really busy concert year. We've been saying that the last couple years, and they have been crazy busy concert years. 2025 is no exception. So we know that the Disturbed 25th anniversary tour with 3 Days Grace, featuring a returning Adam Gontier to the band and Seven Dust, that's going to be at the Garden on March 14th. The Deftones are going to be at the Garden on April 8th. Ghost is going to be there on July 21st, and Linkin Park is going to be at the TD Garden August 1st. Those tickets go on sale this Thursday, and the links to get the tickets and everything you need to know is on the concert calendar at mistresscarrie.com. The DCU Center, Iron Maiden is over. Hold on. Drink for the typo. Trans-Siberian Orchestra at the DCU Center in Worcester. 2 shows, the 3 o'clock matinee show, the 8 o'clock night show, both on sale right now, and both of those are on the events calendar and the concert calendar at mistresscarrie.com. This Cold Chamber tour got postponed from this year, and come here. Rescheduled. Des from Cold Chamber still recovering from effects from long COVID, and the COVID went after his heart. He told me all about it the last time he was on the podcast. So Cold Chamber, Fear Factory, Twisted, Wednesday 13, and Black Satellite at Big Night Live coming up on March 30th. That's the rescheduled date from earlier this year when they postponed it. This just got announced today. Rod Stewart, the One More Time tour. He's actually got 3 shows. He's going to be at, I believe, Mohegan. He is going to be at the Xfinity Center, and he's also going to be at the Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion with Cheap Trick. So the Xfinity Center show is going to be July 26th. And then Papa Roach with Rise Against and Under Oath, that's September 14th. Those tickets are on sale right now, which we talked at length about on this week's podcast episode with Jerry Horton. The Hailstorm Living Room Sessions, that's coming up January 24th at the MGM Springfield. Kerry King from Slayer is going to be at Royale on February 4th. Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top is going to be at the Cabot Theater in Beverly on February 13th. Dream Theater's 40th anniversary tour at the Wang on March 14th. Or 15th, I should say. Heart is going to be at Foxwoods April 12th and at the Agganis Arena on April 13th. Weird Al is going to be at the Wang and at Foxwoods coming up in July. This just got announced today. Post Malone and Jelly Roll at Gillette Stadium on May 31st. Tickets go on sale next Tuesday, the 26th. That is going to be a massive tour. Post Malone and Jelly Roll at Gillette Stadium, May 31st. The link to get the tickets on the events calendar. And then, of course, sorry about that, Coldplay. 2 shows at Gillette coming up July 15th and 16th. Did you see the video that Coldplay just released? It's called The Karate Kid, and Ralph Macchio is in the video. You could check it out on their YouTube. Leader Bank Pavilion starting to announce shows for next summer. You knew that these were not going to be empty for long. The Goo Goo Dolls are going to be at the Leader Bank Pavilion coming up on July 29th. My Chemical Romance sold out Fenway Park with Idols. They're going to be playing the entire Black Parade album in full. They're doing, I believe, 10 stadiums around the country, and they all sold out in an hour. So I'm actually a little surprised they didn't release a second show, but My Chemical Romance, part of the Fenway Concert Series, September 7th at Fenway Park. The Palladium has got Blackberry Smoke scheduled on February 1st. You can get the details on the concert calendar. Roadrunner in Brighton, the Jesus Lizard, December 12th, and Jack White is going to be there February 17th and 18th. Those tickets are on sale now. Hello, Wednesday. You're being very good. MGM Music Hall at Fenway. Joe Bonamassa is going to be there at the end of February. The Dropkicks have got 3 shows around St. Patrick's Day. Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats are going to be there for 2 shows at the end of March. Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine on May 2nd. And Queens of the Stone Age rescheduled their September shows from this year, waiting for Josh Homme to recover from having emergency surgery. They are postponed to June 10th and 11th. And all of this updated info is on the events calendar. House of Blues, Steel Panther is going to be there this weekend. Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening, December 1st. Jerry Cantrell, the I Want Blood Tour with Filter on February 4th. The Dropkick Murphys on St. Patrick's Day at the House of Blues. And Poppy just announced that she is going to be at the House of Blues on April 4th. That just got announced today. Poppy got 2 Grammy nominations, by the way, which is huge. Paradise Rock Club has got Letters to Cleo this week on the 22nd and 23rd. Quicksand is going to be there on March 19th. The Linda Lindas on April 23rd. And the Melvins and Napalm Death just announced that they are going to be at the Paradise Rock Club on May 8th. We talked about the Grunge Brunch with Five Against None. That is going to be April 28th at City Winery, Boston. Those tickets are on sale now. The link on the concert and events calendar at mistresscarrie.com. Nothing scheduled for Suffolk Downs at the new stage at Suffolk Downs yet for next summer, but I'm keeping my eye on it and we'll let you know. These are all of the new releases that are coming out on Friday. There is a slew of vinyl reissues coming from the Beatles. The Allman Brothers final concert is coming out. Body Count's new album that features a cover of Comfortably Numb featuring David Gilmour from Pink Floyd. Judas Priest celebrating the 50th anniversary of Rock-A-Rolla. The new Marilyn Manson album, One Assassination Under God, Chapter 1. Motley Crue's 35th anniversary edition of Dr. Feelgood is out. My Morning Jacket has got a release coming out. New Order has got their release coming out. Nothing More celebrating the 10th anniversary of their debut album. And also U2 celebrating the 20th anniversary of How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. They have also got How to Reassemble an Atomic Bomb coming out as well. What's up, Bud, on Instagram? Big fan from Brazil, he said on IG. Hi, Bud. Keith says, you said Wang. Matt Doherty says AAF forever. Thank you very much. Alicia says, I love the puppy. Any news on Godsmack? So, Godsmack, there were a lot of rumors that maybe they were going to take some time off from touring. Then they announced a European tour with POD and Drowning Pool starting in February. So nothing scheduled for the U.S. as of yet. I haven't seen any festival dates get scheduled for Godsmack yet, but they are going to Europe in the new year with POD and with Drowning Pool. And speaking of those bands, Drowning Pool's Ryan McCombs, who is the returning lead singer, who is the lead singer of Soil, he says that they have got so much material and that the new Drowning Pool album is going to be ridiculous. And Sonny Sandoval from POD is releasing his memoir, Son of Southtown, on February 25th, I believe. So lots going on with that as well. Eric says, my dad is a huge Lady Gaga fan and literally every damn day he calls, texts, or bursts into my house asking if she has announced her legacy tour. After the tour, she's taking a break and getting married to get pregnant. She has got fibromyalgia, and getting pregnant with that is really hard and very painful. I have not heard anything about Gaga going on tour, but I think it's wonderful that she finally found somebody that she wants to be with. And, for a performer like her, putting everything on hold to be able to focus on her family is really hard. So the fact that she is finding a way to do that is pretty spectacular. But no, I have not heard anything about Lady Gaga. No mail call this week. There was nothing in the mail this week. So the address, if you need to send something here in the studio or the war room, is right there. You can always find it on the website as well. And the web store, I am waiting on some samples, trying to come up with some new merch stuff before the holidays. But I don't have all the samples yet. So as soon as I do, I will let you guys know. Apologies to the Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass holders. I have been intending on doing a live stream with you guys. And speaking of not feeling well, there's been a lot going on, both with my mom and with me. So I promise you that we are going to get that live stream up and running. We might be able to do it this Sunday, actually. So Mr. C is going to be up here for the weekend and then back up next week for the holiday. So we might be able to do it on Sunday. But if you have a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass, you find out about everything ahead of time. So they knew about the Grunge Brunch before anybody else. You get the links before anybody else. Early access to event tickets, exclusive concert ticket giveaways. merch discount codes. You find out who's going to be on the podcast to submit questions. So if you don't have a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass yet, you can get it in patreon.com. Want to let you guys know, so many people have started Blue Sky accounts. Blue Sky is another social media page that was basically started by everybody that started Twitter. And they sold Twitter for like $44 billion, took the money and then built Blue Sky. And it basically looks exactly like Twitter. And so it took off this week. The other day it had a million people subscribe to Blue Sky in one day. So I wanted to make sure that I'm always protecting the Mistress Carrie name on social media. So if you are on Blue Sky, you can follow me on Blue Sky at Mistress Carrie. Otherwise, here are all of the places that you can find me. All of these links are at mistresscarrie.com. And then, of course, you can listen to me on 100 FM The Bone in Worcester, Massachusetts. 100 FM The Pike in Worcester, Massachusetts, 106.3 The Bone in Portland, Maine, and on 98 Rock in Charleston, South Carolina. And you can also find the podcast online, get the links on the website. It's all right there for you. And also lots going on always, especially with Veterans Day that just happened, the Marine Corps birthday. If you have not yet joined the Mistress Carrie Veterans Rock Group yet, there are going to be a lot of opportunities for you to be able to volunteer, help out, donate around the holidays. Obviously, if you're a veteran-owned business and you want to get the word out around the holidays this year, if you are looking to hire veterans, which people have used this page for, join the Mistress Carrie Veterans Rock Group on Facebook. We are close to 2,000 people in the group by now. And it's not just for veterans. It's not just for military. It's for anybody that just wants information about veterans causes, veterans legislation, veteran-owned businesses. And if you're a civilian that just wants to help, or maybe you want to advocate on behalf of a veteran in your life and you're looking for information on resources, organizations, you can find all of that. So just go to the Mistress Carrie Veterans Rock Group on Facebook. I believe we have begun the down cycle of energy when it comes to pug zoomies, right? Are you starting to chill out? Where's your sister? Do you want to lay right here so everybody can see your face? There you go. So everybody can see you. Here she comes. There she comes. Can you guys just hang out together for a minute so everybody can say hi? See how big you got? Look at how tall Friday is all of a sudden. She has much smaller head. I can hold your head in one hand, whereas Wednesday's got a big bowling ball head, but Friday's got a little head. And I think Friday's going to have a longer torso, like this way, but she's still so tiny, but she's getting so big so fast, right? You're such a beautiful girl. You got so big so fast. You got boo-boo shots last week and you handled it like a champion, didn't you? And all the girls said you were so good to get on the scale. Were you so good? And Wednesday went for moral support and got on the scale just because she wanted to. So are you guys so good? Are you finally calming down and not being psychopaths like you have been? Yes, you're very good. Can you guys say goodnight to everyone? Can you? Do you want to come up? Come here. Come say hi to everyone. Can you say hi to everyone? Yes, I know. You're so good. I'm going to take you to see Santa. Am I going to take you to see Santa this year? Yeah. If you guys find a place, by the way, that has Santa for dogs, will you guys let me know? Because I need to make that happen this year. Celtics won. That's fantastic. Bish says Friday is gassed. Eric says, is Jonathan here tonight? Need someone to help with me mess with Keith? Jessica says, those pugs are so adorable. Puppies are so cute. Are they fighting over the plush dick? Eric, listen, every once in a while, one of them will dive into the basket o' toys and come out with the plush dick and then run around with the dick, probably by one of the balls, and then drop it, and then it ends up under the couch, and then, yes, the plush dick comes out from time to time. Melissa says, peace, love, and rock and roll. Catch you on the flip side. Melissa, keep us updated on what's going on with the house. I'm so sorry that you're having so many issues. All right, guys, that's it. Episode 233 of the Mistress Carrie podcast featuring Jerry Horton from Papa Roach goes live at midnight tonight. Otherwise, I will see you guys next Wednesday. Wednesday, you want to say goodnight? Can you say goodnight? Yes, you're such a good girl. Yes, you too, Friday. Say goodnight. Good girl. All right. Good night, guys. I'll see you later. You guys want to snuggle?